Hello, I'm Julie Holmes from the Office of Total Rewards. My coworker Patty Clark will be here speaking as well. Today we will be exploring the tuition benefits offered here at the University of Rochester, both for the employee and dependent children. There are two different types of employee tuition benefits offered. The employee tuition waiver is for employees who are taking courses at the University of Rochester. The employee tuition reimbursement is for employees taking courses at an outside college or university. Each benefit has a different application process associated with it. The employee tuition waiver benefit is offered to full-time faculty and staff that have met the minimum of 1 year of service. Full-time faculty and staff are eligible to take up to 2 credit-bearing courses per semester or quarter. The employee tuition waiver benefit is also offered to part-time staff that have met the minimum of 2 years of part-time service. Part-time staff are eligible to take 1 credit-bearing course per semester or quarter. These service requirements must be met prior to the course start dates. If the courses are job-related or part of a degree program that would prepare you for a future position within the University of Rochester, the tuition waiver percentage is based on salary bands. The supervisor determines the job-related aspects. The salary bands with their associated percentages are shown on the right side of the screen. Non-job-related courses have the 70% tuition waiver. Time as reported or per diem service is not counted towards service time. The employee tuition reimbursement benefit is offered to full-time faculty and staff that have met the minimum of 1 year of service. Full-time faculty and staff are eligible to take up to 2 credit-bearing courses per semester or quarter that are directly related to your current job at the U of R. The supervisor must agree the courses are job-related in order to be eligible for reimbursement. The reimbursement percentage is 70% of the tuition cost. In order to receive any tuition benefits for a course, active employment in an eligible status must be maintained through the successful completion of the course.
Now we'll touch on the taxability of tuition benefits. Undergraduate courses are always non-taxable according to the Internal Revenue Service. Graduate or non-credit courses may be subject to taxes. If the courses are determined to be taxable, you will receive the IRS tax break for up to $5,250 each calendar year. After the employee has received tuition benefits exceeding $5,250, the benefits received over that will be taxed. If the courses are taken at the University of Rochester, the Office of Total Rewards will notify the employee of the tax owed and the process of payment. If the courses are taken at another college or university, the taxes will be in the same paycheck as the reimbursement once over that amount. It will be clearly shown in that paycheck under earnings. To determine if the course is taxable, the employee must answer the questions on the screen regarding the course and their job position. These questions are located on the Total Rewards website as well as in both applications for tuition benefits. If the employee is uncertain of the answers to these questions, discussion with the supervisor is recommended as they need to answer the same questions as well. If the courses are taxable, the applicable federal and state income taxes and FICA taxes will be deducted from your paycheck. The current IRS rate of 39.27% will be calculated on the tuition benefits received over the $5,250, and the taxes will then be deducted from your paycheck. The employee will receive an email notification from the Office of Total Rewards prior to any deductions being taken from their paycheck with the taxable amount and number of pay periods affected. If there are not enough pay periods to deduct the appropriate taxes, the email notification will include the total amount of taxes owed and instructions for remitting a lump sum check payment to the Office of Total Rewards by a due date. The taxable income will be reflected on the W-2 for the calendar year in which the benefit was posted to your account or reimbursed to you. If the courses are non-taxable, the employee will need to complete the University of Rochester Graduate Tuition Waiver Reimbursement Tax Exemption Form. This form can be found on page 5 of your application. One form is necessary for each course that is non-taxable.
Now we will speak to the dependent child tuition benefits offered here at the University of Rochester. There are 2 different benefits offered for dependent children. The dependent child tuition waiver is for dependent children who are enrolled in courses at the University of Rochester. The benefit amounts vary depending on service time, employment status, and type of student enrollment. The other benefit is the Eastman Community Music School discount. Dependent children receiving musical instruction through the Eastman Community Music School may be eligible for the 25% discount each term. In order to be eligible for the dependent child tuition benefits, the student must be within 10 years of their high school graduation date. Active employment in an eligible status must be maintained through the completion of the course for dependent child tuition benefits. These benefits are contingent on the dependent child being accepted into the University of Rochester through the admissions office. The 10-year benefit is offered for regular full-time faculty and staff that have completed 10 years of full-time service who have a dependent child that is a first-year matriculating undergraduate freshman. This means the student has not attended a college or university before and will be matriculated in a program at the start of attendance. The benefit is the difference between stated full-time undergraduate tuition cost and the full-time undergraduate tuition for New York residents for baccalaureate degree programs at SUNY colleges. We have included an example of the calculation of the benefit in the blue box located on the screen. This illustrates the amount of the tuition that will be waived. The SUNY rate will be the amount billed for the tuition cost. This benefit is limited to 8 semesters per child. The 50% tuition waiver benefit is offered to regular full-time faculty and regular full-time staff that have completed at least 5 years of full-time service whose dependent child must be an undergraduate student within 10 years of high school graduation. 50% of the tuition cost is waived. We have provided an example calculation in the blue box located on the screen. As illustrated, half of the tuition cost will be waived and the remainder will be billed. This benefit is also limited to the 8 semesters per child. The 25% tuition waiver benefit is offered to regular part-time staff that have completed 6 years of part-time service and whose dependent child must be an undergraduate student within 10 years of high school graduation. 25% of the tuition cost is waived and 75% of the cost is billed. An example calculation has been provided for you in the blue box on the screen. This benefit is limited to 8 semesters per child. The Eastman Community Music School discount is offered to regular full-time faculty and staff and part-time staff. 1 year of full-time service or 2 years of part-time service must be met prior to the class start dates in order to be eligible for this benefit. The benefit is 25% reduction in charges for the musical instruction through the Eastman Community Music School. This discount can also be utilized by an employee who meets the service requirements and is regular full-time faculty and staff and part-time staff.
For the employee tuition waiver, you must submit the paper application to the tuition inbox within 30 days of the course start date. The application is then processed, and the tuition waiver percentage will be reflected on the bill that is generated by the bursar's office. For the employee tuition reimbursement, the employee must submit the paper application to the tuition inbox within 30 days of the course start dates. Once your application has been received, the employee will receive an approval or denial email within 1 to 2 weeks of the submission. If the courses are approved, the employee must submit an itemized bill from the school, proof of payment, and proof of successful completion of the course or final grade within 90 days of the course completion. In order to receive the benefit, a passing grade must be received. Once all of the required paperwork is submitted, the reimbursements will be loaded directly into the employee's paycheck within 1 to 2 pay periods following the submission. Please keep a copy of your application for your records. For the dependent child tuition benefits, employees may apply online in HRMS through the pathway listed on the screen. One application is necessary per academic year. Once submitted to the Office of Total Rewards, the application is reviewed. After the application has been approved, the Financial Aid and Bursar's Office then apply it to the student's account. The employee may be eligible to receive tuition benefits service credit if the employee has prior service from one of the following institutions: another college or university, a U of R affiliated teaching hospital, or a member of the control group of the university that offered a tuition benefits plan for which the faculty or staff member was eligible. In order for the previous service to be counted, you must complete the tuition benefits service credit form that is available on the Total Rewards website. All tuition benefits that the employee receives can be found in HRMS through the pathway listed on the bottom of the screen. Main menu, to self-service, to benefits, to tuition, and finally to tuition benefits received. The employee tuition benefits are posted within 2 weeks of submission. For any additional information, our contact information is listed on the screen. Please feel free to reach out with any additional questions that you may have.